The one thing I knew that I needed to do was I needed to pare down my books because I didn't want to ship 30 boxes of books to Philadelphia or Pittsburgh if I got a job there. I have a project that I run with my roommate Genevieve where we donate books. I think books are important because they change the way you think. They change everything about how you see the world and how you see yourself in it. When I was a teenager, I started reading for pleasure for the first time, really. And the first book I actually read of my own accord was The Catcher in the Rye. And it really changed how I saw myself, and it changed what I thought was possible. And I think it's really important for people who are on the inside, who are incarcerated, to know that there's something that they can do by themselves that can make everything in their life better. I think the thing that I like the most about it, aside from being able to impact the lives of people who are incarcerated, is it gives me an excuse to work with books. I am so compulsive about books that's why I have so many hundreds and hundreds of them laying around that I don't have any plans to read. I just feel like I can't help it but acquire books. And this gives me an excuse to do that and an outlet for what I can do with them, because I don't have any intention of reading almost any of these books behind me. Never did. I just like books. I know that a lot of prison libraries have $0 budgets now, and they have to find their own books without buying them. And that's where we come in and call them and say, good news, we have tons of books and we'll give you just the ones you want. First, we have to find out what kinds of books they need at any given institution or system. And so what I do is I either email or get on the phone with the person in charge of the collection. Usually it's someone who has training as a librarian, someone has an MLS. But sometimes it's a prison guard. And we find the kinds of books that are most in demand at their institution, or the things that that inmates have been asking for most. And then basically we go to our collection. We have a pretty extensive collection. Maybe we have 1,500 or 2,000 books that are just sitting here on the shelves or in boxes. And a lot of times we can fill all of their needs just with the books we have. If there's something we don't have, then I might go onto Facebook and ask if anybody has it, or make some phone calls to people I know who have a lot of books like I do. It's actually not that hard to meet the needs they have in the prisons, because usually the books that they want are exactly the books that we're reading. Just bestsellers, mystery novels, self-help books, books on current events. And then once we get the books, we box them up and we ship them to the person who makes the decisions about what goes on the shelves. And we follow up occasionally to make sure that they're getting what they need. It does take a while to pack up boxes of books to send. Ideally, I try to do it maybe every 2 weeks. Pack up 6 or 8 boxes and ship them out at the post office. Maybe every 2 weeks I devote an entire day. Occasionally we get letters from inmates, and usually they want to know what kinds of materials we can send to them. And usually we have to tell them, we send materials directly to the libraries in the institutions so that we know the books are staying there and everybody can enjoy them. But we do take the opportunity to contact those guys and let them know that there are other organizations that send materials directly to prisoners. It's kind of cool to hear from inmates. It's encouraging to know that when they see an address stamped inside a book, they have the gumption to contact us and see what more literature they can get a hold of. Right now we work with 8 states. I don't think we'll ever be working with all the states, but I think it would be nice if we could work with maybe 15. We have modest goals. We don't want to work with every prison in the country or every state in the country, but maybe if we could double the states that we work with, that would be a reasonable goal that we could meet in a couple of years. It's a great feeling of satisfaction to know that I'm not only am I maybe helping somebody get exposed to good literature and helping them experience what it's like to read and really have a meaningful experience with a book. But it's also in a sort of a selfish way. It feels great to know that I'm impacting society in a way that I want society to be impacted. If we can help people develop a passion for literature, then it means that I get the benefit of living in a society that's more like the one that I want to live in. My name is Gabe Galloway, and I am a prisoner's rights advocate.